Armada, the champion of DreamHack Smash, DreamHack Summer 2017 Smash. What's up, man?
What's up,
How are
man?
you doing, dude? Congratulations. I feel like every couple weeks, I sit down in a chair next to you and I tell you congratulations. How's it feel? So, I mean, last time you went up against, Levin and the other, or, I guess Hungry Boxer was the last time you came up short, but this time you're victorious. And did the fact that Levin beat you last time have anything to do with your mentality this time around?
Maybe. I wouldn't really want to say so, but in one way, it's always easier to motivate yourself once you have lost like once or twice. Like if you lose for a very long time, it might be demoralizing, and if you win for a very long time, it might be hard to like motivate yourself as much.
Right.
But as a competitor, I want to say that it made no difference, but it's hard to tell. But it feels good. I lost the past two tournaments, so it feels good to win one again since it's only a month left until Evo.
That's true. That's true. And it's got to be, I guess, a relief in a sense. How do you feel like, when you play against Leffen, like how do you feel like your approach to the matchup, I guess, is different from his? This is kind of something we were talking about, was like how a lot of commentators and just players in general will sort of say like, oh, European Fox is this, European Fox is that. But
it's like outside of the punish game, which I feel like more and more Foxes are doing these days, I actually do not feel like it's that many similarities between the European Foxes in the way we play neutral. Like Leffen, for example, is by far the best at punching landing legs. He's really good whenever someone lands to grab, for example. And myself, Ice, and Prof, we're not nearly as good in that particular area. So yeah, I would say the punish game is very similar, but I feel like every Fox is going to have fairly similar punish game, at the very least against fast fallers.
Right.
The longer we keep playing this game.
That makes sense.
Because in 2015, it was pretty much only, like, I feel like I started a lot of the things that is kind of like Fox's punish game these days.
You're saying Ice?
No, I feel like I did.
Oh,
like
you
the
did,
falling
you did,
uppers
you did.
and the shine spikes. And Leffen caught onto it like right away. And then like a few months after he did, I feel like a lot of the other Foxes started to pick up on these things as well.
Right.
But as I said, in terms of neutral game, I feel like we're all very different, to be fair. And the same thing like how we play other matchups as well. To be fair, I don't also play Fox in that many matchups, but I play Fox a bit more in friendlies than you guys might see in tournaments, and I can compare my Fox to Leffen's, and I feel like we look at the game in two kind of different ways, but we still have our similarities.
Sure. Okay. How do you feel about like the rest of the competition today? Did you watch like your brother? Did you watch any of the other matches, or were you just kind of warming up?
I normally warm up and then kind of watch at the same time. So I warm up and then like between stocks, I'm looking, how is it going now? Especially when Android was playing. It was a good win for him to beat Prof. He hasn't done that in a while. And even though he lost 3-0 to Leffen, Game 1 and especially Game 2 was really, really close.
Yeah.
That was very impressive because Leffen is normally really good against Cheek.
Yeah.
And I feel like Android in the first two matches clearly could hang. He messed up quite a few edge guards that might have been the difference in the two first matches. So even though he lost 3-0, I don't feel like he should feel too bad about it because he is on the right path. He's on the right path. The more important thing for him will be to keep adapting to NTSC. Like his punish game is much better in PAL against fast fallers, because in PAL you can't DI behind on the down throw.
Right.
So a lot of the European Sheik players, like Ice back in the day, Over when he went over to the US, and Android, they are not quite as familiar with that option, and that means that they need to put in extra work to make sure that they can cover that one.
Yeah. This was this is the first tournament I've ever entered in PAL, actually, and it's like, oh, right. It's like I was telling him, perfect. It's like certain things where I know that they're different, from just knowing about the difference between NTSC and PAL, but kind of experiencing it in tournament for yourself for the first time is like, okay, well, yeah. For me, it's like I up smash someone at like 130. Of course they're gonna die at NTSC, but then they survive. It's like,
yeah, it's as I told you. My general rule for the people that might not know: whenever in doubt, and I play NTSC, it will kill. whenever in doubt in PAL, it won't kill.
It won't kill. Yeah, that's
It works
that's how
like
I felt.
99% of the time for me, but it might just be me. But
No, I think you're totally right. I had the same experience, especially as I was playing in friendlies, and also for the recovery for Fox, where if I'm up being as Fox and it's like they're gonna make it, or if they're a Fox up being in NTSC, they're probably gonna make it. In PAL, they're probably not gonna make it.
yeah. Yeah, no, I agree. You can pretty much do the same thing there.
Mm-hmm.
But the uppy, for me, is a little bit more tricky to get used to. Not when playing Fox, but when playing against Fox.
I've heard that the hitbox on the fire is smaller too.
In PAL, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit smaller. Don't entirely quote me on that, but I think so.
Interesting. All right, so any last shout-outs, I suppose, or just like, we're... actually, I have one more question, which is, what are your plans leading up to EVO?
That's a good question that I actually can't really answer because I feel like it's not that many tournaments announced in the US compared to like the summer of 2016 and 15 and 14 was actually crazy. It was like at least fairly big tournament every weekend for like 6 weeks or something. So I'm not really sure. I actually might just travel to America like 2-3 weeks in advance and just practice and not enter tournaments because if it's not anything too big, I feel like I would probably be better off to practice. But we'll see. Nothing is set in stone at the moment. So I guess I will stream a lot, hopefully, and practice. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, well, thank you so much again. Congratulations. And yeah, any last words from you or, signing off kind of things?
Big shout out to Alliance, my team. I finally won again. Feels good. And to our sponsors as well. And then shout out to all the people supporting me. It means a lot. It's always so fun to play here at DreamHack as well for me because it's like in front of the Swedish crowd and it's like it motivates me a little bit extra to win when, like, for example, one of my sisters was here. Andrew is always traveling with me, and then my sister's boyfriend as well.
That was the girl that gave you a hug and gave Edward a hug after. Yeah. Okay,
that's
cool.
That's one of my sisters.
Nice.
So yeah, it's always that little extra motivation when you know that you're partly playing for someone else as well.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
It's a good feeling.
How many brothers and sisters do you have again?
I have 10 siblings in total. So
that's dope.
Quite many. And then also shout out to my girlfriend. But yeah, I guess that's about it.
Cool, man. I'll see you at the Twitch party, maybe.
Yeah, I should be there. Only a little, like, I'll be there, but I'm probably not gonna go too crazy because I promised some of my youngest sibling to take them to the amusement park. Because I'm traveling all the time. So I was like, all right, let's have a day together, like the 4 youngest, myself and my girlfriend, and we're just gonna have an amazing day. So I don't want to show up there, hangover, not being able to hang out at the amusement park. But I'll still be there, take a few beers, having a good time.
Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Congratulations.
Thanks to all my Twitch supporters as well. We will have some kind of celebration stream on, I don't know, Tuesday or Wednesday.
I remember we were talking about CEO, and I was like, oh, who's this Fox that's doing really well? IBDW.
Yeah.
And you said...
Yeah, he's one of my subs. He's one of
your
my
subs. So, if you want great results at tournaments, sub to Armada. And, victories over... Who did he beat?
He beat the Moon.
Victories over players like the Moon will come to you.
Yeah. At the very least, if you follow the channel, I'll be able to teach you one thing or another.
Yeah, I think if you follow Armada, you'll get out of pools, and if you sub to him, you'll get like top 8, top 16.
Sounds good. Yeah. Sounds good. I'm no objections.
All right, man. Excellent time. Great work again. See you around, man.
See you, dude. And thanks for coming.
Yeah. It's been lots of fun. Pretty much just me and Ben SW holding it down in Sweden.